Okay, welcome back everybody to video number 3 of this Mega Box case break. These are the Cardsmiths Space Trading Cards Galactic Edition, and this is box number 5 and box number 6. I've got some feedback that I spend too much time in the beginning of these videos talking about stats and odds and everything, so we're going to get right into it. However, before I start, I just want to let you know I did weigh these. This one here is 181 grams. This is 180 grams. These are in line with the others, and let's get into it. So these videos have been a lot longer than I thought, than I've been thinking. And I had some feedback that I'm spending way too much time in the beginning going over the odds, and hopefully in video number 3 by now, we know the odds. 8 packs in this one. Of course, I don't think we expected anything different. I just checked before hopping online and saw that only 40% of all the Onyx cards have been accounted for in this set, so there is still quite a few left. Hoping we can hit one of those. And right off the bat, there's some curvature there. And it looks black. So I don't know. Wouldn't that be crazy if we... it does not look black. It looks purple, but we'll get to it. So let's get into this. Vera Rubin, Nicholas Copernicus, Pulsar Matrix Holofoil. We should be getting 3 of these per box. Hubble Space Telescope, Black Hole, Albert Einstein, Percival Lowell, and here we go. Ganymede 1949. I've been pulling a lot of these, and I think this is an Amethyst, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but that is a beautiful card and a great pull. Now we should get one of these per box, so that might be the hit for the box. But we haven't pulled any of the case hits or any of the other Deep Space or Constellation Refractors, so there is still a chance to pull those. Arecibo, and there are some of the Cryptoid cards as well. And of course, we haven't hit a redemption yet, so there is still a chance to pull some value out of this box. So we will keep on going here. More curvature, you see that? I just talked about a case hit, and it looks like we've either got a Deep Space Refractor, which is a case hit, a Constellation Refractor. Sorry, I apologize. A Deep Space Refractor, you should get 2 of those per case. Constellation Refractor is a case hit. A Solar System Refractor is a case hit, and of course the Cryptocurrency Redemption is also a case hit. So we do have something coming up here. We've got Jupiter, Comet. And there we go. Look at that. That is a Deep Space Refractor. 1 in 96 packs. So we should get 2 of these. This is Crowded Neighborhood. And it's just so thick. And that is a beautiful card. So that is another great hit, making this the best box we've pulled so far. Robert Goddard Holo. Werner Heisenberg. Hubble Space Telescope series. Ganymede Matrix Holofoil. There's its little twin right there. Quantum Mechanics. Interestingly enough, some of the most beautiful cards in the set haven't been pulled in Onyx. Some of them, of course, have, but wouldn't that be great to pull one of those? Not just for its monetary value, of course, but if you haven't seen an Onyx card, they are black, and they are, in my opinion, the most beautiful of all the refractors. So Paul A.M. Dirac, James Webb Space Telescope, Nikola Tesla Matrix, Comet Iced Foil. Should get 3 of those in a box. Stephen Hawking, Mars, Callisto, Arecibo with the misspelling. See above it says A-R-I, and then below it says A-R-E. Couldn't tell you which one is the right spelling. If I had to guess, it's the second one, but I'm going to blame that on why I always mispronounce that. Vera Rubin, String Theory. And one of the other comments that I got is that I need to show a little more personality. So tried to do that a little bit in my last video where I told you the story of the solar eclipse back in 2017. And another interesting fact about me is if you Google my name, J.D. Bloodstone, you will see that I'm an author. Enceladus, Max Planck. And if any of you guys are watching this and you feel the urge to Google that name, go ahead and do that. Pluto, Iced Foil, Paul A.M. Dirac. Usually, most people know me by those books that I write. Started writing books back in 2007. And the first book I wrote, Quantum Physics, the first book I wrote is called, well, I'll let you guys look that up. It'll be a little surprise for you guys. But, so yeah, I've written 5 books. And Ganymede. So that is the end of the first box. Recap our hits here. We pulled this Ganymede, 19 of 49. I think this is the Amethyst. And then we have a beautiful Deep Space. Sorry, I think that's a solar system. No, it's got to be a Deep Space. But that is beautiful, crowded neighborhood. Very thick. And let's get into box number 2. Try not to make a mess of everything. One interesting fact about the first book that I wrote is I was actually sued over it. Well, I guess technically not sued. I was sent a cease and desist letter saying I needed to burn all my inventory and I couldn't sell it anymore. Maybe I'll do a video about that someday. Actually, I won't, because when we did settle and I signed a non-disclosure agreement, so I guess I can't talk about the details, but that's an interesting fact about that first book that I wrote. I went on to write 2 more in that series, and then ultimately a 4th one in that series. Pulsar, Quasar, Enceladus, Icefoil. So they are in the realm of self-improvement books, but they're kind of my take on self-improvement books. I went through a period where I felt like I had something to say about self-help and self-improvement. So if any of you guys look that up and see the title, let me know. Send me a message or leave a comment. Feel free to share with everybody what you find. Max Planck, Enceladus. And if you do want to learn more about me as an author and those books, let me know. I will happy to share more. Johannes Kepler. But again, just trying to share more about who I am, hydrogen, the sun, and hopefully make these videos a little more interesting for you instead of being faceless. And I probably won't remain faceless. As soon as I get my second camera, I'll figure out how to get my face on there as well. My pictures are all online, so I'm not hiding anything, but if you do look up J.D. Bloodstone, you'll see plenty of pictures. Albert Einstein, antimatter, Europa, holofoil, Max Planck, string theory, stars, Europa, deja vu, Isaac Newton, matrix, holofoil, Arecibo, Icefoil, and Oort cloud. Alright, working away here. Still haven't hit the magic in the second box. Fingers crossed that it's a beautiful, well, we know it's going to be beautiful. These are beautiful cards. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but there's some curvature, so we've got a hit in that pack. This will be a action-packed. There's that curvature. That's how you know you got something. I'll try not to see what it is. Try to make it some kind of surprise. Enrico Fermi. Constellations. Isaac Newton Matrix. Werner Heisenberg. Richard Feynman. Neutron star. Another Richard Feynman. And boom. Look at that. Dimensional rift. Deep space. Did I just pull those back to back? My word. That's beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen that card before. A lot of these I haven't seen even after getting 2 cases. Exoplanet. I actually got a case of collector boxes and didn't even get a full set of the base cards. So, how's that for odds? So that isn't an S, that's a 5. So Deep Space 5. And that's a DS8, so Deep Space number 8. So back to back, we hit our 2 Deep Space Refractors. How's that for massive hits in a video? And we're still not out of the woods, so if there is those cryptoids, those are extras, and we've got more curvature. Look at that. Another amethyst. I happen to already see the color. So this is gonna end up being a really tough video to beat. Mars, definitely the best so far of this case break. Coronal mass ejection. And look at that, I already know what that is. That's trigonometry, because if you guys were watching my collector box case break, I pulled the ruby of this and sold that on eBay for $350 immediately. And this is number 23 of 49. And I don't know about you, but I was horrible at trigonometry, so I was surprised that I actually had I think 5 people contacted me by message on eBay, giving me low ball offers within hours of putting it up, and it didn't even make it, I don't even think 12 hours before somebody paid full price for it. So there are a lot of trigonometry fans out there, so I imagine this one is going to go just as fast. Maybe, well, not as fast as a ruby, but as far as the artwork goes, that is beautiful. It's just the subject of trigonometry itself is brutal, at least for me. String theory. Neutron star. Oort cloud. There's that card again. Arecibo. Archimedes. Matrix. Werner Heisenberg, and Eclipse. So there we go. What a couple of boxes. So we have 2 amethysts. We've got this trigonometry number 23 out of 49. And then we have Ganymede number 19 of 49, and then our 2 Deep Space Refractors back to back. Dimensional Rift and Crowded Neighborhood. So that's it for this video. What a couple of boxes. It's going to be hard to do better than this, but we're going to move forward. We still have our case hit, which of course is the Constellation Refractor. We still should get 2 more solar system refractors, and then we have not seen the cryptocurrency redemption. So that's it for this video, going on 20 minutes here. Thank you guys if you're still watching this, and if you happen to look up JD Bloodstone online and want to know more about me as an author and those books, or what I went through with my almost lawsuit, let me know. It's a interesting story, and I'll certainly share with you the details that I can. But we're going to keep going with more in this case break. Stay tuned for video number 4. We're going to do boxes 7 and 8. This actually concludes the first inner carton, so we're only 25% of the way through this case break. So there's a lot more goodness to come. A lot more beautiful cards. Of course, with the odds, there's going to be one of these Gemstone refractors in every box. So stay tuned, because we're going to be breaking through, and hopefully we can find one of those Onyx cards. I'm probably more interested in an Onyx than I am a cryptocurrency, but we'll see. Of course, things can change. But that's all I got for this video. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you shortly. Bye.